Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner. I'm Elsie Johnson. And we are two sisters, Southern Cooking. Hey y'all, it's Debbie. So I'm back in Warner Robins today, and I was looking through my freezer to see what I could make for a dessert today. So I found some puff pastries, and I also have some frozen peaches that I put up at the first part of the season. So I decided I'm going to make my peach strudel today. So just stay tuned. It's going to be delicious, y'all. We'll be right back. Hey y'all, so we are at the point where I'm going to go ahead and start mixing together my peach strudel. So these are fresh peaches that I just thawed. And I'm going to go ahead and pop in my egg. Everything's going to go in. I've got my 1/3 cup of brown sugar. I have a tablespoon of flour. And got a teaspoon of vanilla. And 1 tablespoon of water. And of course, the last but not least, 2 tablespoons of sugar. And then for my seasonings, I'm going to do 1/8 of a teaspoon of cloves. These are very fragrant, so. And I'm going to do 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. And a teaspoon of cinnamon. All right, so I'll go ahead and mix this all together here. Then next, after I get this all well combined, I'm going to go ahead and roll out my pastry dough and cut it. So we're going to braid it, then we're going to bake it. And after we do that, then we're going to go ahead and put a nice sugar glaze on top of it when we're done, when it comes out of the oven. All right, folks, this is all mixed together here. I'm just going to let it sit up for just a couple moments just to be able to tighten up a little bit with the flour. And then we're going to go ahead and be right back with our pastry so you can see exactly how I cut it up and everything. And we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so I have my pastry sheet out here. This is a pastry puff. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting where I'm going to braid. And I'm going to cut it on both sides of the fold. It's a trifold. I'm going to do it about 1 inch apart. And I just want to let you know that don't take this out of the freezer and expect it to be able to cut like this. And don't leave it at room temperature. I left mine in the refrigerator, and you'll get the best results with it from the fridge. So normally you keep these in the freezer until you're ready to use them. So strong advice is you take them out. I took mine out 24 hours ahead of time. And after that, I was able to let it thaw, but it also stayed cold. So I'm just going to break these apart so it'll be easier to flip them, because we're going to braid our dough across. There we go. Okay, I'm going to continue to cut these about 1 inch apart, so it'll be easy to manipulate, because we're going to cross braid them. And then once we're done, we're going to put like a little egg wash on top of it. All right, I think that is as good as it's gonna get. So there you go. I just cut all the pieces so it'll be easy to crisscross across. All right, so my peaches are pretty wet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drain them through the strainer, and let's get rid of all that extra juice. And then I'm gonna come back in and start laying my peach mixture across it, and then we'll be able to go ahead and start braiding the dough here real quick. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to take a little bit. This looks like fall here. It really does. All right. And it's pretty good. You wouldn't be you'd be surprised how good this is. Pretty tasty, if I say so myself. All right, so I think I'm about ready to start braiding this. So I'm going to come and start laying this across here and this across here, and then we're going to go back and forth like so. And then we're going to put a little egg wash on top of it. And then once we're done, we'll put it in the oven and bake it. There we go. And I think I'm going to tuck that underneath the bottom here, so it helps to keep it all secure. Now we're probably going to have a little bit of liquid going out the sides of this, so what I'm going to do is on my cookie sheet, I'm going to put a piece of parchment paper down, and that way it won't stick to the pan and we don't have to grease anything. And then we just bake it, and then it'll be ready to go into the oven, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, y'all, so I'm going to go ahead and get my egg wash on here. I'm going to be pretty generous with this. I'm going to go ahead and just paint it on here with my little brush. This is my little pastry brush. And I know it looks like a regular paintbrush, but it's not. I got it in the store where the pastry department is. So I'm going to go ahead. I made 2 of them because I had enough peaches left over. I didn't want them to go bad, and I had an extra pastry puff, so I just went ahead and did a second one. So I'll gift it to somebody and give them something good and delicious to eat. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to put this in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20-25 minutes, and then we're going to take it out, and when it's golden brown, and that's when we take it out. Now in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get my glaze ready, and then I'll just squirt my glaze on there. It's going to be good, y'all. We'll see you in our next video. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a cup of my powdered sugar. Sorry, I'm trying to read how many cups I have here. And I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. This is to make the glaze. And then I'm going to put in 4 teaspoons of milk. Might have been a little more than 4 teaspoons there. That's okay. We're going to get this mixed together. And this is going to be drizzled on top of our strudel instead of the traditional sugar, the turbinado sugar or the coarse sugar that you can put on top of them. We're going to drizzle it with a glaze instead. So I'm going to get this all mixed up and make it all nice, fine, and creamy. Get rid of all the lumps and bumps. Ooh, I can smell that strudel in the oven. Oh my gosh. It's got a good smell to it, folks. I'm so happy to be able to make this. And I'm going to share the other one with somebody. Some lucky person's going to get this today. So, I'm going to get y'all some delicious, so good, so good. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm almost there. Getting all the lumps out, all the bumps out. And I actually think I'm going to put this into a Ziploc bag and cut the tip to be able to drizzle it, or I'm going to get me a little squeeze bottle just so it is a little better control, because I just don't want to dump it on top the strudel and have a big blob of sugar there. I want it to be sugar throughout. All right, y'all. Well, we'll see you and get the strudels out of the oven and get ready to put this on top of them. Hey y'all, so it's out of the oven and look how pretty it looks. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. So I can't wait for you guys to see what it looks like once I get the glaze on here. I'm actually going to get this off the parchment paper so it don't start sticking to it. And then we're going to go ahead and get it on the, I got 2 cake trays I'm going to put it on. And I'm going to go ahead and start decorating it with our vanilla glaze. So we'll be right back, guys. Hey y'all, so I am back and I'm going to start drizzling my glaze over top of this strudel. Look at that. It's gonna be so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. So I have a second one I'm going to do real quick, and if I have any left over, I'll be glad to put it on top of here as the second one. So I'm going to go ahead and just start drizzling here. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks so good, y'all. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm going to let this go ahead and set here. I'm going to put my lid on it, and then we're going to let it just dry, and I'm going to go ahead and touch up the one that Ben's going to take and give him a little more of some icing. And we're going to call it a day. But this looks delicious, y'all. This was my own creation. I take a recipe and I modify it to what I want it to be, and this is what I got. We'll see you in our next video.
And I'm Debbie. We're two sisters Southern cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.